next have Trivena, a senior Crown prosecutor who attained her bachelor's degree in law at the University of Birmingham. She then completed her legal practice course at BPP Law School and later her professional skills course, followed by her magistrate's court qualification at Cardiff University. Trivena began her legal career as a paralegal and later as a trainee solicitor at Joseph Hill & Co. Solicitors. After practicing as a solicitor over the years, she specialised as a crime duty solicitor at Rahman Ravelli. Following this, she entered the Crown Prosecution Service as Senior Crown Prosecutor, which she pursues till this day. Trivena has worked in various fields of law and specialised in various roles in her education, such as general crime, white-collar and complex crime, serious fraud, and regulatory work, in order to attain her current role, with her experience in criminal litigation. Trivena, could you please come up and enlighten us further on your journey? Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's very nice to see all of you here on a Sunday afternoon. I can't say that I was spending my Sunday afternoon like this when I was 14 to 19 years old, but it's nice to see you all here. So, as Vidya said, I'm a senior Crown prosecutor working for the Crown Prosecution Service. I'm going to take you back to where I was before I started this role 2 years ago. Have any of you watched How to Get Away with Murder on Netflix? Yeah? Okay. So that is what I was doing before I became a senior Crown prosecutor. So Annalise Keating in that TV series on Netflix, she defends criminals. And after I left university, that is what I wanted to do. I had an immense passion for criminal law. And I'm a people's person, so I wanted to get involved with clients from an early stage in my career, and that's how I started my journey in my career. So, having left university, I started my training contract at Joseph Hill & Co. Solicitors. What I was doing there was I was going to police stations, I was going to prisons, I was representing different people accused of different crimes in England. And I would prepare cases to trial and at that time try and get as many not guilty convictions as possible, not guilty pleas as possible. And I absolutely loved my job. It was amazing. The hours were extremely long, I will give you that. We were working 20, 21-hour days on call because people get arrested at all sorts of hours of the day, right? So we're on a rota, we're going to police stations at this time, that time. There were times that my car broke down and my parents would have to take me to Romford police station in the middle of the night to sit in an interview. But I loved it. It was what I enjoyed doing. Since a young age, I have been very argumentative. Ask my parents. I was constantly trying to prove my case. I was constantly I wanted the last word all the time. So I knew from an early age, becoming a lawyer is something that I would thrive at. And whilst I was in criminal defence, I became a magistrate's court duty solicitor. What that means is I go to court on a few days a week, and any person there that's got a hearing, having been accused of a crime, will require representation. So if they don't have their own solicitor, because they might be new to the process, there will be a solicitor sat in court just ready to represent. And that required me to be able to think on my feet quickly. I was in front of a judge, I was in front of magistrates, so in the magistrates court you either have a district judge or you've got 3 magistrates, and I'd be representing my clients, so putting forward what their pleas were, progressing the case, which may then have ended up in the Crown Court. I was doing sentence hearings, so I was trying to argue against the prosecutor at the time, so I'm talking about when I was a defence lawyer, to try and get the best sentence for my client. COVID then came, and I decided that defending, as much as I liked it, I wanted to go to the other side. A reason for that is because a family member of mine became a victim of crime. And I thought, right, I've had enough defending people now. I want to start building my own cases. I want to start prosecuting people. And I joined the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, as a senior Crown prosecutor. And one of the things, the duty of the CPS is that we have to prosecute the right people for the right offences and bring offenders to justice wherever possible. That's the goal in the CPS. And what I do now is I work hand in hand with the police, and I build cases to be able to take them to court, put them in a trial, put them in front of a jury, and get guilty pleas now, because I'm bringing offenders to justice. And I still love what I do. It's crime. So every single day I go to work, I've got a new case, whether it's a sexual offence, whether it's a fraud case, whether it's a burglary, whether it's a knife crime, anything. That's what I'm doing. And it's so exciting. I go to work every day and I'm just excited because of the prospect of a new case that I'm going to look at today and prosecute and prepare to take to trial. Now, how did I get here? So I'm going to go backwards. So before I studied at the University of Birmingham, as Vidya said, I did a straight law degree, so LLB law, and I did that for 3 years. As part of that degree, you're required to do core modules such as contract law, criminal law, tort law, jurisprudence, and I think it's changed now because I completed my degree in 2014, so things have slightly changed. But you do your 3 years, and in your final year, you select your modules. So you select which aspects of law, which areas of law that you want to do your final year in, basically. So I chose advanced criminal, I chose family law, because at the time I sort of liked the ideas of representing people that were going through divorces. I did employment law because I liked the idea of representing people who were unfairly dismissed at work. I did wills and probate. I think that's a mandatory course. It was a long time ago, but I did a few modules, and I got to where I am now. As Changavi said, your GCSEs, what subjects you choose, does not matter. As long as you get your A's, your A stars, or I think there's something different now, but as long as you get the top grades, that's all that matters. You just need the grades. So no one's really looking into what subjects you did at GCSEs at the age of 15. When it comes to your A-levels, I chose French, psychology, maths, and English. And that's because I've always been an essay sort of person. I like writing essays. I like analysing things. I like breaking things down. I like arguing, like I said before. So I like working out a solution to a case and making sure what I've said is the way to do it. And so I chose English, I chose psychology, and that's what I did for my A-levels. So talking to 14 to 19-year-olds, all I can say to you is just make sure you get your grades. Doesn't matter what you do it in, because when you go to university, they just want the grades. They want a good personal statement. They want a good 3 A's, a good GCSE background. They're not really too keen on what you actually did study. When then you go and do your degree, and then with law, you don't have to stay in law. So there are so many different people that I studied law with that aren't even in the field anymore. I've got a really good friend who's now doing investment banking. So nothing is ever clear cut. Nothing's so black and white. You can chop and change whenever. As long as you work hard, get your grades, and you apply yourself. And to become a really good lawyer, you need to be good at applying yourself. You need to be good at looking at the legislation, you need to be good at interpreting it and applying it to the facts of your case in front of you. And yeah, that's basically what I do every day. And like I said, the only advice I can give you is get your grades, do what you love. I can't stress, Aaron said it already, I love my job, so it doesn't matter how long it takes me to do. I don't work a 9-to-5 job, and it doesn't bother me because I absolutely enjoy it. I work every weekend as well, just out of choice, because I enjoy what I do. I like solving cases. I like making sure I get the right result. So it's so important that you do what you love. That's all I can stress. Doesn't matter what Aman Appa says. It doesn't matter what brings the most money. Like, at the end of the day, if you choose a job and you succeed and you go higher and you progress, you will get the reward. You will get the financial reward. The most important thing I can say is do what you like. I'll be over there for any questions.